Good day, everybody. It's me, Thor Jensen. I'm a musician that lives in London. I am a guitarist. I am a singer, songwriter, all the various things. Hired gun, solo artist, collaborator, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about my now completed touring rig for my upcoming tour with Postmodern Jukebox. I've done a couple of videos about different aspects of this, but it's now complete and I'm pretty stoked about it. And I'll do some sound samples another time. It's currently in its big case, which is extremely satisfying. So I'm gonna run you through it because it's cool, and again, it's satisfying with all the foam cut out and everything. So check this out. So here we go. This is my off-brand Peli case that I got on Amazon. I didn't want to spend the huge amount of money on a Pelican case that's just going to get beat up. Maybe I should have, but this has been 2 or 3 tours now, and it's surviving. So, come on, that's satisfying. The IEC cables are the last bit to kind of figure out. It kind of takes some of the clean, sexy lines away, but that's just part of it. But I mean, come on, look at that. Everything in its little place. So we start with the pedal board, which I've talked about before, but this sort of is my do everything for this run. One thing I haven't talked about, which is probably the most important thing here, is this Bluetooth page turner. I've had plastic ones before, but I did homework to find one that's made of metal, because I'm going to stomp on this a million times, and I need it to work all the time. So that's that. We've already talked about this. I don't need to talk about that anymore. And then the acoustic side of things, I have this guy. So I'm going to be running into the Alex by Grace Design, and that has an effects loop, an insert, which I have this EQ pedal. I know this has got a crazy amount of EQ, but there are certain things that I need to dump a lot of the bass. I need to sound sort of banjo-like, and I don't play the banjo. So this sort of covers that ground. So I can get a nice core sound here, and then kick this on, and it'll probably look like that. Nothing too crazy, just dump that low end, and we'll be groovy, we'll be ready to go. And then the newest piece, which honestly I'm extremely excited about, is this. This is made by Victory. It's the V4 Duchess amp, and they were kind enough to give me an artist deal on it, so thanks, Victory. And if you don't know anything about these, there are lots of videos about these, about what they do, but it is an all-tube amp, 100%. The power section is Class D, and I don't really understand how that works, but so I can power a cab with this if I wanted to, but I run DI, and it has 2 notes stuff in there, different presets if you want them. It's a plug-and-play device, and it's got a nice sounding tremolo and very, very usable reverb. And it sounds awesome. And it's not a digital unit. If it fails on me, then I could just go speaker out into a speaker, and everything's fine, you know? And most importantly, it feels right. But I got everything in here. The last piece that I'm not going to show you is I have my 1/4-inch cables, or leads, depending where you're from, underneath the foam there. So that's it. That's what I'm bringing on the road. Guitars, so it turns out we have a fly date at the end of the tour. So we're going to be on a bus the whole time, and then we have to fly to our last gig. So that changes the guitars I'm bringing. I was going to bring a Heritage H535, which was on loan from Heritage. Still is, but I don't have a flight case for that, and I don't trust regular hardshell cases, and so I'm not going to put it in danger. So in lieu of that, I'm bringing my trusty dusty Telecaster, because it does everything. I might also bring my my parts caster because it's sounding really nice right now. I just don't. I have trust problems as far as instruments go. This I know always sounds good. This might come as well, but I'll probably be relying on this more. And then to cover my acoustic sounds, I'm bringing an electric guitar. Crazy, right? I'm bringing this, my beloved 1964 Guild T100. I know I've talked a lot about this stuff as far as other stuff I'm bringing, but I'm just going to reiterate. This, with this really beautiful sounding pickup, I can cover everything. In between the EQ on the Alex and the EQ, the Boss equalizer in the loop, man, I can make it sound like whatever I want. So, and I enjoy playing this. That's a huge part of all of this. You know, there's two factors that you have to consider when you're bringing gear on tour. The first, the very most important thing, is that it has to be reliable and in tune. It has to play in tune. If it's in tune and reliable, you're gonna have a great tour. It makes it even better if you enjoy the playing experience. Maybe you'd have a guitar that would sound better for something, but it doesn't, the playing experience isn't as great, right? If you have a good playing experience, then you're gonna play better, you know? So, reliability, intonation, pleasure. It's those three things. It's as simple as that. So that's it. I'm gonna do a video sometime soon of some sound samples of the Duchess. And like I mentioned before, I'm gonna try to maintain some sort of regular upload schedule while I'm on the road, but we'll see. It's just, you know, time. I'm there to work, and it's my job. So, and this is fun, but that's my job. So, if I can have the time to do it, I will. But that's about it. Let me know what you think. Think it's cool? Think it's lame? Think I'm overthinking it? Think I should just plug into an amp and call it a day? Whatever, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, enjoy your day. Eat a sandwich. Talk to you later.